up, everybody? Welcome to the very first guest episode of the Cheesy Movies podcast, which is technically the second episode. So it's been a minute since I've been able to do this because there's been so much monster hunting and evil slaying going on lately. I just haven't any time, and it's been killing me. I've been wanting to do one of this and have a conversation with somebody about, movies and cheesy stuff. This podcast, in case you don't know, because you might not know because it's fairly new. Cheesy Movies podcast hosted by Science Bro. Talk a little bit about cheesy movies of the 80s and early 90s, some pizza thrown in there, what we like to eat as far as pizza goes. It's kind of redundant. I already said that, but you get the point. So we're just going to have this conversation with people about these kind of movies. And it's usually going to be about with filmmakers, some friends of mine, some people I don't know, some people I will know, hopefully be introduced to. Mostly horror filmmakers, genre filmmakers, comedy filmmakers, maybe some drama filmmakers. We'll see. We're going to talk about these movies. We're not going to dissect everything about the movie because there's so many podcasts now that do that. And some of them, not to call people out, I'm not going to name names, but some of them do this and then they'll talk about the movie and then they'll trash the movie and make fun of the movie, which is kind of fun. I get that. I'm a Riff Tracks fan, Mystery Science Theater, but those guys, whole different context, what they do. I know it's hard work to make movies. It's so hard work to put in any kind of content in movies, and because you have to get everybody on board on the director's vision. So it's very difficult to get everybody, a whole team of people in the same mindset. So anyways, that is what it's going to be here. I'm going to try to put these out twice a month. We'll see how it goes. It'll be video and audio, however you want to listen to it. Video will be on YouTube, maybe Spotify. I don't know. I don't think anybody ever watches podcasts on Spotify too much, do they? Let me know in the comments if I'm completely off about that. But it'll be on YouTube, though, for sure. So check that out so you can see who I'm talking to as well as hear who I'm talking to. So the very first guest episode, I have Mr. Stephen Stull. Stephen is a great guy. He is the founder and curator of the Bizarroland Film Festival in Orlando, Florida. He's been doing it for 10 years. Fucking cool film festival. Weird, strange movies, some horror, some not, some just weird. I talked to him about a lot of things today. I've known him for a little bit, since about as long as he's been doing that festival. We talk about what it's like running a film festival. We talk about his travels to South Korea, his memories of old VHS tapes when he's growing up. Not the ones you find in your parents' closet, by the way. Not those kind. Maybe that's a different story. But we're just going to stick to the regular movies for this one. So we had a good conversation with him. It was a good time. I want you to check it out. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know maybe if there's anybody you suggest that I can talk to, or a filmmaker, or if you're a filmmaker and horror filmmaker and you want to come on this podcast, that's awesome. Everybody has a podcast now. So why not just come on this one too? I'm just saying. Anyways, here's my conversation with Mr. Stephen Stull. It was a good talk. That's so useful. Much better than Zoom. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm awesome. So sick of Zoom. My whole 80% of my day job is just being on Zoom.
That's true. Yeah, I'm sure you get sick of looking at it.
Okay, so for the record, it's better than going to City Hall, which is what I was doing before I got this job. Driving down to Orlando City Hall every day was a nightmare.
So what are you doing now? I saw you at the film committee in Orlando. Is that something?
That's been going on a couple years, actually. I'm on my, sixth year doing that, I think. But that's at the Florida Film Festival. No, I started a new day job as a meetings planner for physicists.
Oh, that's awesome. Damn, what physicist? I'm just a science bro. I'm talking to a physicist people now. Holy
yeah, we have it's pretty wild. I've been going all over the place, traveling a lot. I just came back from Seoul, Korea, a little while ago for to be clear, I don't understand the talks. I poke my head in there sometimes, and I'm like, I have no idea what you guys are saying. The gaseous electronics conference. I don't know what this is all about, but it's fun being there and setting up all their food and coffee and like meeting space and crap like that. You know, beats City Hall by a
Yeah.
mile.
Well, I mean, and they pay for you to go out, international travel and all that kind of stuff. That's amazing.
Seriously, I got into I've become kind of obsessed over the last 2 years with tiki bars. So like every time I go to a new town, I find all the best tiki bars I can. And the crazy thing, like I've been to tiki bars in Portland, Anaheim. Anaheim had an amazing one. Houston. Anyway, when I was in Seoul, there's literally one tiki bar in Seoul, and it turns out it's not great. But like, what am I gonna do? Not go to the only
Right.
tiki bar in Seoul the one
Right.
time in my life I'm in Seoul, you know?
Yeah, you have to.
I had to. I had to
So
go.
what,
I had to go.
so what wasn't great about it? Like, it just,
So the cocktails, I mean, the cocktails are fine. They're a little oversweet. That's one of the so I've become a real like tiki snob. Like I'm all pretentious about it, and you know. But the thing was like they also had like a food menu, but just everyone should have known this. This was a stupid move on my part. But you don't go to Seoul, Korea, and order a quesadilla. It just it's just not gonna work. I should have known. I should have known. I should have foreseen
they're not known
how
for their
it's
quesadillas.
not the place for quesadillas. It is not the place for quesadillas. And I will say this as listen, I don't want to sound like I don't know, whatever, culturally insensitive. It was great going to Seoul. I loved it. It was fantastic. I'm a big sandwich guy, and I don't think the nation of Korea gets sandwiches. Like they just don't like understand like what it is we're doing over here,
Right.
putting meat inside bread and stuff.
So
They're
they
like,
had,
oh, Uh,
so they had like sandwiches, but they just weren't great.
yeah, I got a sandwich. I can't believe I'm talking about. I got a sandwich at the hotel because the Korean food's fantastic. Like I ate so much meat and rice and like. They have the banchan, right? The little pickled
Right.
piles of various vegetables I could never identify, and it's all delicious. But like the last day I'm in country, I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm really kind of just craving a sandwich. I just want a bread with some bread with some meat on it or whatever. And I go down to the hotel snack bar there, and they're like, oh, they have a chicken ciabatta sandwich. I'm like, okay, that sounds great. Chicken on ciabatta. How can you go wrong? So I get this thing. Literally the worst sandwich I've ever had in my life. Literally the worst sandwich. So
Oh no,
I don't. This
no,
is such a stupid. I'm like, here's
no.
the fat guy going to different countries and talking about how bad the American food is. It's my own fault. It's my own fault. Of course, it's my own fault. But it's like it was like herb chicken, like four little strips of herb chicken on this big piece of ciabatta bread. The bottom half of the bread is completely soaked through with some kind of oil, and then the most horrifying part is there's like pickles all over it. I didn't know. Like it's a ciabatta. It's like an Italian
Like dill
style
pickle?
roast chicken. Yeah, I don't know what kind of pickles it was. I'm not a pickle guy. I kind of hate pickles, but I did not expect it. There were these shrimpy soaked little. Oh God, it was the worst. It
Oh
was
my
abs-
god.
And then I come back from Korea and I go to Santa Fe, and I have a rule for myself where I don't go. I try not to go to places that I could go while I'm at home. But
Yeah.
like the first place I went to eat when I got off the plane to Santa Fe was a Jimmy John's. I was like, oh, just give me my number 9 on wheat, please.
Gotta go for the staple.
Yeah.
Did you get like? Well, part of this podcast is I talk about the beginning of it. I talk about pizza. Or you
Mhm.
over review pizza or something, but I don't know. There, I mean, I guess was that even an option? I don't know. Do they even they have that kind of?
Yeah, so the first night I was in Korea, I got in real late. Like it's like basically midnight, and I just got off a 14-hour plane ride from like Minneapolis. That was my connection. It's from Florida to Minneapolis and then all the way to Seoul, which is nuts. I don't know why we didn't stop on the West Coast or something, but
Yeah.
whatever. But I get in, it's close to midnight, nothing's open except for the hotel snack bar. So I go down there and they have a pizza, and they have like I don't know. God. They have like a Spanish style spicy shrimp pizza.
Oh no, dude,
I'm
you
like,
can't do the
okay,
shrimp.
all right,
Not on pizza. I don't know. Teach their
whatever.
own, like you say.
Like to call it a pizza, I don't know. A pizza as I understand it, no, it's kind of an affront to all things pizza.
I try it, but am I gonna like it? I don't know.
No, it was not. Yeah, it was not great. It was not good. All the food. Okay, so to be clear, I feel like I'm ragging on Seoul right now.
No.
Seoul's great. All the food that they do normally, like their kind of food, is great. It was fantastic. I had fish, I had beef. They ate a lot of beef in Seoul. So like any kind of like Korean dishes I had were incredible.
Okay. Yeah.
It
Well, there
was
you go.
whenever I tried to venture into something more Western, I guess, is when I punished myself, and that's my own fault. That's my own fault. That's my own fault for being a big baby. Oh,
We'll just
we'll
get this
take a
guy
pizza,
American. We'll just give him a chicken sandwich, put some herbs in
right?
between a couple pieces of bread, and be like, just like home. This
Just
is
like
great.
home. Yep, yep, exactly.
Oh wow. So what else have you been doing now? I mean, like, you got the festival coming up, right?
I do. Oh my God! I realized this morning, waking up, it's 4 weeks from today as we're
I
recording
know.
this. 4 weeks
Uh,
from today.
I didn't realize that either. I mean, we talked about it the other day, and I looked it up, and it's like, oh my gosh, dude, it's
Oh,
like a month
it's coming
away.
up fast. Yeah, yeah, it's nuts. I'm not ready. Of course I'm
No.
not ready, no, it's fine. I'm always like losing my mind at the last minute, but I'm super excited. I got some great movies this year. I mean, I'm very fortunate. I'm very fortunate. Like for a festival that's like this is our 10th year actually. So I guess we hit double digits finally. This is going to be the
10
10th
years
year.
now. Wow.
10 years I've been doing this, and I'm 98.5% on my own,
Mhm.
like my wife Jen, she comes in at the end. We figure out like the award nominations, we figure out, the lineup, but I'm the one who watches all the submissions. I'm the one who picks the movies. I'm the one who makes all the deals with the venues and with the caterers and with all the, I'm like, I
You
do
have to
this
like
to
wear all the
myself.
hats.
I'm not trying to, yeah, I'm not trying to build, I inflict this upon myself for sure. But to think that there's like this thing that some Yahoo in Orlando just came up with one day that has survived for 10 years,
Yeah,
and
it's amazing.
every year the biggest, like, I don't know, it's such a good problem to have. Every year I've had more movies submitted that I want to play than I have any time for,
Oh, I can
it's
imagine.
it's
That's a
I
good test. Like a
it's
sorry, that's like a testament to your festival that you get so many that you got. You know what I mean? They would have.
I
That's awesome.
Yeah, I try to feel good. I try to feel proud about it. But I have a lot of voices in my head saying, "You don't know what the fuck you're doing. You like, no, why are you?" And but then people keep coming. People keep submitting their
Yeah.
movies, incredible movies. I have some amazing movies, and I had to say no. Such a heartbreak. I had to say no to movies that I just can't fit in that I absolutely love. But I only have such a limited amount of time in the theater that it's like, okay, well, 20 hours sounds like a lot of programming, but it fills up real fast,
Oh yeah.
You get like 8 feature films in there, a couple of big, I actually have like a couple of half-hour shorts this year. So like
Oh cool.
20 hours fills up real fast, and then you're like, "Oh my God, I have to say no to some incredible movies."
How do you even like? What's the process of picking? I mean,
It's
if you
tough.
can talk.
So yeah, no, it's a great question. So basically, I get this big flood of submissions, and I run submissions generally from like April through the end of September, and I try to watch them as quick as they come in because what I'm looking for is, obviously I'm looking for movies that fit the festival's like ethos.
Mhm.
Uh, but I'm also looking for like themes that I can build around, right? Like if there's a bunch of movies, there was one year, it was crazy. I don't know what was going on, but one year we just got like a bunch of crazy weirdo movies about pregnancy.
Like
like
different movies, like from
different
different
movies.
filmmakers.
Yeah, different filmmakers, like different shorts all over the planet. It was like people, women getting trapped in cults that pretend like they're hospitals, and women giving birth to monsters, and women like somebody giving birth and then
Hell yeah.
in Brooklyn and their party, like a bunch of wealthy elites just eat the baby. No, it was fantastic. Or actually, they ate the afterbirth. Let me be clear, that was wrong. It was they ate the afterbirth. But whatever. So what I'm doing is I'm looking for themes. It's like, is there some thread running through some of these movies that I can build a block around? That's the first thing I look for. I mean, I'm always looking for, like, features are easier. And features are easier because if a feature's good, that's the whole block. I can just grab it and call it done, right?
Mhm.
But this year this year we have 8 features in the program. There were probably, I don't know, 6 or 8 more that I really wished I could fit in. And I feel bad, right? Because it's like, this is such a, I know what it's like being on the other side. I know it's like
Yeah.
being a filmmaker, scraping together all the money out of your couch cushions to try to make a movie.
Mm,
And then you submit it, and then you get some email 6 months later from a festival saying, sorry, you didn't get in. And it sucks. It really sucks. So sometimes I try to reach out to people and I'm like, listen, I really loved your movie. But then I think, is that comforting at all, right?
right.
Like
Because
how
you're
what
still not
I
making
still
the.
yeah, I loved your movie. I still can't play it. Sorry. What kind of a douche am I for like saying that to people,
Eh,
but I don't know.
well, and everything has to be like made within the same year, right? Is
Yeah.
always like film festivals usually do that where they have to be made like within this year or there's a cutoff date. Like you
That
can't like use last year's movies to.
right. That's a very common rule among festivals. I am a little more lenient with that. Like I will play a movie I think 2 years ago I played a movie from 2015 just because I loved it so much. It was a stop motion Japanese movie, like it's a hard boiled detective movie, except it takes place like in a sewer and the characters are poops. But it's like real serious, like it's nuts. But it was
Everything's
really
played
good.
straight.
It's totally played straight,
Yeah.
absolutely. So I'll do that sometimes, but what I do is like just for awards sake, and awards are like the least interesting part of a festival to me. But for the awards, it has to have been made like in the last year.
Gotcha.
But I'll play something that fits. If something looks good, if something is, you know, perfectly like this poop detective movie, this detective noir full of poop models running around in a toilet world, it was just so perfect that I was like, okay, I have to take this.
It's
I
like
just
stop
can't.
motion with clay.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god.
And it was
That's
monstrous, and
awesome.
it was huge too. It was like 30 minutes long, and I don't know, stop motion takes forever. It's
Yeah.
so much
Oh yeah.
labor that God only knows if they finished it in 2015 when did they actually started.
True. Every
But
little frame, right? I mean, you
right,
got to go in
right.
there and.
It's like some filmmakers will, they'll do a stop motion, they'll find out just how laborious it is, and they'll be like, you know what, I'll go with like 8 frames per second.
Mm-hmm.
And me sitting in my magnanimous, festival judge chair, I can be like, ugh, 8 frames looks like shit. You really needed to get it up to 24 frames. And what am I doing? I'm telling some poor dude working in his garage or in
Yeah.
his bedroom in his spare time. No, you need to do triple the work that you did. Yeah, I know. It's a
Constructive criticism. I don't
constructive,
know. I
right,
mean,
right.
come on, right? That was
No.
like, what was that old? Oh man, yeah, I'm sure you saw it back in the day. It was like in the '80s or early '90s. That Mark Twain. You
Oh
remember that? What
yeah,
was that
there's
called?
like they go to hell. Oh, what was it called?
It was terrifying.
Yes, yes. Like these kids go into hell, man, and it's
That was
like
probably one of the first stop motion things I ever saw.
oh,
Yeah,
it
and
was
then that, and they had the
awesome.
guy who Satan or whatever. And
Right,
his
the big
face
mask. Yeah,
changes,
yeah,
dude.
yeah. That was so
Chills.
good. That was so
Just
good.
thinking
There was
about it.
there was like just regular animated parts to that too. It was just incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
stop motion. That's whenever I think of stop motion. It's the first thing because that was
that's
like
the
one of
first
my
thing.
first
Yeah.
memories of that kind of thing.
So one of my it's not full stop motion, but one of my early memories, I watched a movie that really like kind of I think turned me onto the weird movie path. It was Return to Oz. It
Yeah.
was yeah, you saw
Oh
that?
yeah,
Like
a
there's some
long time
stop
ago.
yeah, yeah, but there's like the Gnome King and the like all the weird rock
It's
creatures and
terrifying.
stuff.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
scary like
it was
monster they made for that was awesome.
and it stars like Fruza Balk when she's like 12 years old or something. And
Mhm.
it's just like, it looks on the box. You look at the box, you're like, oh, this is definitely a kid's movie. It's a sequel to Wizard of Oz. Of course
Yeah.
it's a kid's movie. And then you watch it and it's like scarring. And I love it. It's still one of my top 10 like weirdo movies.
It's one of those ones that kind of shaped your what you like, as far as films go, like in the
Yeah.
future, I think.
No, you're 100% right. And this is something that like people ask me all the time, Bizarroland, what kind of festival is that? And it's such a hard question to answer because it depends on what the easy answer is weird movies. Okay, weird movies. But I was talking to somebody, a coworker one time back at City Hall, and they asked me about this. I don't know how they found out about the festival, but I was like, yeah, it's for weird movies. And they go, weird, you like The Matrix? And I was like, and my first instinct is like, what the hell are you talking about? Then I had to stop myself and said, okay, wait a minute. I have been fortunate enough to have been exposed to like some out there movies that did not play in cineplexes, that did not get wide theatrical
Mhm.
releases. And this person, if all they've ever seen is like, romantic comedies or like Bruce Willis movies or something, when they watched The Matrix, they were probably like, well, this is
Yeah,
weird.
like,
But you say
Yes.
weird to me, and I'm thinking like, oh, like taxidermia. Oh, like Serbian film,
Oh,
like the Holy Mountain. Like what kind of? So
yeah.
that's that's the biggest problem for me when I'm trying to describe the festival to people. It's like I don't know where you are on the weird experience spectrum, right? So if
Yeah.
I say the Holy Mountain, are you gonna be like, oh yeah, I love Hodorowski, or are you gonna be like, what is that? I've never heard of that before, you know?
I mean, is there a Venn diagram that like comes together with like Holy Mountain and Matrix? I don't
The
know. Is
Holy
there
Mountain
something in
and
the
the
middle
Matrix. Yeah,
there?
yeah. There's like there's this like pipeline where like if you like me, because I it took me a while to find this stuff because I grew up, I grew up overseas. My dad was in the army, so the we didn't get like mainline movies. We had to go to video stores and see what was ever.
Hmm.
And so like if you're in a video store in Schweinfurt, Germany, it's a German video store. The only American movies are going to be like the biggest American movies, the ones that they
Oh,
can get their
okay.
hands on,
Right.
So I was watching the big mainstream stuff. That's what I grew up on. Is I grew up on, the big mainstream movies just like everybody else. And there's this pipeline, right, where you the first time you stumble on a weird movie, you start going down this rabbit hole. Like the first time you see, when I saw Blade Runner, right, because Blade Runner was not a movie my family was going to watch, but I finally dug up Blade Runner after reading about it. I was like, oh, this is really good. And the farther you go down this pipeline, you go like Blade Runner, then you go like shit, I don't know. By the time you go Rocky Horror Picture Show, right, and then like, oh, this is so cool, and then by the time you get to the Holy Mountain, by the time you pass like Eraserhead, you get
Yeah.
down to the Holy Mountain, you're getting down to like Pink Flamingos or whatever, and you're looking back on the stuff that made a good impression on you before, and you're like, look at
Yeah.
that child's shit,
Yeah.
It's like Blade Runner, God, come on. And I had to like you have to make a conscious effort not to become insufferable, and like that's one of the things that helps me. And this might be a sweaty segue into like the thread of this podcast. One of the things that helps me is like I like to go back and watch kind of trashy, what's considered trashy movies, and
Hmm.
remind myself how much I enjoy them.
Yeah.
I don't want to become an obnoxious dickhead who's like, "Oh, your movie taste isn't cool enough for me,"
Oh.
like, "Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
you haven't seen this Croatian 1979 slasher flick about I don't know, murderous reindeer or something." Like, no, I don't want to be that guy. I'll say it. I rewatched it a couple years ago. I love Howard the Duck. Love
Oh
it.
yeah.
Over the top.
Oh,
Just
dude.
completely unironic adoration of that movie. And I don't know why it gets so much shit.
I don't know either. I mean, like, coincidentally,
Oh,
I went to
that's
a
awesome.
I went to a store. I went to like a toy store down around here, and they had the
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
set of cards with like the stickers
Nice.
and everything. I was like, holy shit, dude! And it even has a wrapper on front. And I was like, I
That's
gotta get it. And I paid like 30
amazing.
bucks.
Does it have the gum in there?
No, didn't, unfortunately. No, but it had all the stickers and everything. And I'm going through them again. And it's like, man, I love finding stuff like that. It's funny you
That's
said that, but
that's great, man. You just had it right there on deck. That's
yeah,
awesome.
well, I did a little video about it a little
Oh, nice.
recently, and it's still sitting there. But yeah, dude, that was one of my favorite movies growing up, and I know it gets a bunch of shit all the time,
It does, man.
but
Because
it's so
like
much fun.
there was this, my evolution was I watched Howard the Duck as a kid, and I loved it. And then as I started becoming, a quote unquote movie person, I started reading film criticism. I started reading that kind of the whole world of film criticism
Hmm.
universally considers it a bad movie. And so I started, and this is I guess my old insecurity is that I was like, oh, I guess I was wrong. I guess it wasn't a good movie. And so I went a really long time without watching it again because I was afraid that I was going to watch it and be like, "Oh my God, what was I thinking?" And then I watch it again, and it's great.
Oh, it's
It's
still
just
great.
awesome.
Still funny.
Like
I mean,
it's
the
oh
humor holds
God,
up. The
it
acting, I
looks
mean,
great. Like the monster, the demon, when Jeffrey Jones, which
yeah,
oof,
yeah.
what a gross dude. But when he
Everybody knows about that, but we can
everybody
just kind
knows
of
about
look
it.
past that for
But when
now.
he starts turning into a monster, he's like
Oh,
super creepy and
dude,
stuff.
is
And it's
he's
like,
nasty.
yeah,
And
it fits.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the movie that Leah Thompson was like, okay, I think I know
Right.
what's going on here. Well, that Back to the Future, of course, but
Right, right,
you
right,
know, that.
right.
And some people always say, "Oh, that's so gross." Howard the Duck, he slept with her or something. It's like, no, he did. He never did
No!
in the movie, dude. Never.
Oh my God, thank you so much for saying that. I get so mad at people. Every time I bring up Howard the Duck, all my friends are like, oh, well, there's a whole bestiality scene. No,
No,
there's not. Oh my God, go watch it. He does not. Oh, I get so mad.
It kind,
I
I
get so
mean,
mad.
you know, maybe if Jennings and Tim Robinson didn't come in over that
Right,
time, but
right. They showed
technically
up.
it never happened. That's
But
all
we
I'm
got
saying.
kind of, yeah, yeah. She's even like, she's like teasing him about it. She's like
Yeah,
messing with him, and
and
she's
then his
like,
little
"All right,
mohawk comes
Howard,
up.
you know, right, right." So I get so mad when people say that. It's like the movie's
It's like,
great.
no,
Just give it another watch. Just
it didn't. And plus, I mean, even the costume or the creature effect or whatever for him. I mean, what they did on him, you know, it
oh my
was
God.
still holds up. I wonder whatever happened to that costume. I don't know anymore. It's George Lucas has it or whatever.
Yeah,
But
it's like it probably sealed in some kind of like hazmat bag or something at this
probably.
point.
My gosh, yeah, that one. Yeah, that was actually filmed up here in Cleveland. Part of it.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
that's
the
awesome.
part where they go to the nuclear reactor. It's up in Cleveland, Ohio, but they try to pass it off like as.
Like,
Wait, no, hold on a second. I could be wrong. No, it's set in Cleveland. No,
right.
my fault. It is set in Cleveland, but it's obviously not Cleveland because there's a whole bunch of like hills and mountains,
Oh yeah,
and it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
up there. That's what it was. Anyways,
That's like at the opening shots of Halloween, where it's like Haddonfield, Illinois. Oh, what are those palm
palm
trees
trees,
back there?
palm trees, and the no orange leaves and all that
Right,
stuff
right,
too.
right.
Yeah, that's big. Well, when you grew up, like I didn't know that. I didn't know you grew up overseas a lot. So like, did you weren't exposed to like weird kind of foreign movie, like, you know, like cheesy
So
foreign movies too? Because I'm sure they had to have.
no, there were a couple that snuck in. The problem is, and this is kind of an embarrassing confession, but I moved to Germany when I was too young to really have my own personality, right?
Mhm.
So I get to Germany and I'm going to the American school full of army brats, right? Like it's all army kids in this school, and all of them, I don't know whether they were lying or not, but all of them were like, Germany sucks so bad. I want to go back to, you know, I don't know, Delaware or something like that. And so like being a kid who had no personality, I was like just copying them. I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you guys, Germany sucks. I hate Germany. I can't believe I'm here." And so for most of my time in Germany, I was just kind of an insufferable little prick. I didn't learn the language very well. I didn't go out and do things in the culture, right? The big turning point for me was when I was 12. We came back to the U.S. for summer, and we went to where my dad had graduated high school. We went to Pensacola, Florida.
Mhm.
So I spent the summer in Pensacola, Florida, and I realized, oh, this sucks. This is awful. This is just a terrible place with no fucking culture. And I was like, and it really, honestly, I sound melodramatic here, but it really turned me around. When we went back to Europe after that summer break, I was like committed to being a better like global citizen, you know? So like after that, we moved to Belgium and I learned French, and we went out to museums and we went out to like old,
That's
you
awesome.
know,
That's great.
and so the whole time I was living in Germany, I was really just like I said, it was just like whatever mainstream movies we could get at the video store we would watch. But we would also have friends from back home who would ship us like VHS tapes recorded off TV, you know,
Mhm.
or like recorded off whatever they could get. And I remember one of the most formative tapes that I must have watched 100 times had three movies on it. And it was great for me to watch after everybody went to bed because, you know, I'm a little kid. The first one's Jaws.
Mhm.
Second one's Jaws 2. And then the third movie on this tape was Disney's The Swiss Family Robinson.
What?
I
That's like
don't
a
know who
hard.
put this tape together, you know, but I'm
Yeah.
like a 9-year-old. And for me as a 9-year-old, it's like I'm sitting up alone with the lights off. Everybody's in bed. I watched Jaws. It's super scary. I watched Jaws 2, which to a 9-year-old is still super scary. And then like I'm really tired and I can't go to sleep because I just watched all these scary movies. And then, oh, I'll fall asleep to Swiss Family Robinson. This nice, you know, fucking like
Easy to fall asleep to.
right. It's really easy to fall asleep to, and it's so harmless. It's so anodyne. It's just this nice, rich white Western family, just suddenly becoming Bear Grylls or something, right?
Mhm.
They're just like building this monster treehouse with running water and shit, and it's like it's so stupid and fluffy. And to a 9-year-old, it was just like the perfect thing to fall asleep to again and again and again.
We all have those kind of things. I don't know. When I was little, I mean, we had like Willy Wonka on there and like National Lampoon's Summer Vacation. Man,
Oh, yeah.
that thing must have played on repeat all the time. I had that burnt that tape out. But oh my gosh,
Yeah,
dude,
you know,
no, I never got into Swiss Family Robinson too much.
no,
No,
no, it's
so
not like
you
so.
didn't have Jaws 3 afterwards. I mean, that
We
one is,
did no, no, it wasn't on there. It wasn't on there. It wasn't on that tape.
nobody liked
Uh,
Jaws 3.
God, like I live in Orlando, and my wife and I, we have Walt Disney World passes. We were at Magic Kingdom this past weekend, and the Swiss Family Robinson. I don't know. It's not a ride. It's some kind of. Have you been on this? Like,
No.
I went up at one time. It's this. I guess treehouse. That's all it is. It's not a ride. There's nothing that happens. There's no show. It's just a treehouse. And you basically walk up about 5 floors up this treehouse looking at all this like Swiss Family Robinson shit. And then you walk down the other side. And every time we pass it, I'm like, why does this thing exist? And then Jen pointed out exactly why this thing exists. It's to tire your kids out, right? Like if you're there with a bunch of kids with too much energy, you're like, oh, go up the tree and come down. We'll be down here waiting for you.
Yeah, I was going to ask, like, when you go in there, do you automatically get tired? Because, like, does it revert back to when you were a kid? You're like, wait a second.
It did not feel. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like, oh God, falling asleep trying to walk up these 5 flights of
childhood
stairs.
trauma comes back there. Like, wait, that's sleep. That's right, I forgot it. No, I never been on that one though. That's
You can skip it.
yeah. I haven't been there in a while. I don't know. What's like about? Let's go back to your film festival real
Oh,
quick.
yeah.
Like about your Siki Awards. I know that you said that's like not the least exciting part for you, but
I should clarify that. What I mean is that like the awards, I love my statues. They are.
right.
I
They're
should
cool.
point
That's
out.
what I was going to ask about. I love
Yeah,
the design. It's
They're
awesome.
so great. They were designed in 2016 by I was teaching at Full Sail, and I had a geometry student who was in the computer animation program, and I don't know. I just asked him. He sketched up some stuff, and he designed it for me in 3D. And the first year, I had them 3D printed with this. Oh God, this material. They call it sandstone.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what they call it? But it's not. It's plaster and like glue is all it is.
Yeah.
And so they weren't really that solid. But I was very fortunate because there were a couple artists here in Orlando, Paul and Deborah Berg, who started making them for me, and they've been making them for me the last 9 years. They made them for me this year, and they make them by hand and they paint them by hand, and they're like big, heavy. I don't know what the material is actually called.
I remember the first
He
year you
says
had
it.
them. I mean, I was like thrown back by that. I was like, that's so cool.
Oh, yeah.
Little tentacles and the panties hanging off the
The little
top.
panties off the right. You
Dude,
were there.
when I post this, I'm going to post photos and stuff.
Some of
and
those
that little
photos,
stuff,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm going to put them on there so everybody can see it. But
That's I just
yeah.
remember, like I have photos that you took, like I still have them up on the Film Freeway page, like from that first year in 2016.
Yeah, that was
all.
Lord, 9 years ago.
God, that's
Almost 10.
yeah,
Goes
it feels
by
like
quick.
about 40
A lot of
years
stuff's
ago.
happened
Yeah.
between now and then. That's for sure.
That's true. Oh my
Lord.
God.
Um, so yeah, it's December
Yeah.
12th, right? Yeah, it's Sunray Cinema in Tampa.
Sunray Cinema in Tampa. This is a great theater. I've been in Orlando every year up to this point.
Mm-hmm.
In fairness, not 2020. 2020, something weird happened. I don't know if you remember, but we don't have to talk about it. But we went online for 2020.
Okay.
And then, so I've been in Orlando this whole time, and it's such a. Honestly, I don't know what it is. This is going to sound like a sidetrack for a second, but you're in the film world. Like, it's such a different experience shooting a movie in LA from shooting a movie in like, I don't know, like Columbia, Missouri or something
Yeah.
like that. And one of the big differences is that the people in LA, the shop owners and the business owners in LA, they're just a little more savvy to what's going on. They're a little more experienced. So they give you a hard time, and they're like kind of trying to charge you through the nose and stuff like that. Whereas you go to Columbia, Missouri, and you're like, oh, you have a gorgeous shop. We'd like to shoot a movie here. A lot of times the proprietors would be like, oh, that's great. Come on in,
Yeah.
So the parallel that I'm making here is that Orlando, being such a huge kind of tourist destination, I feel like all the theater venues give me such a fucking hard time to book anything, right? Like they want to like there was this one I guess I should name it, but one of the big the big mainline theater chains made me an offer, or gave me an offer for one of their theaters down on iDrive, and they reduced the offer a little bit, like from what they would normally charge, and then they're like, one of the things in the contract, I don't want to talk about the actual numbers
Yeah.
because it's gross, but like one of the things in the contract was they wanted to be on my step and repeat. They wanted their logo on my step and repeat. Now, I don't know if you've ever bought a step and repeat. It's that big,
Mm.
you know what it is, like the big
What?
tarp that people stand in front of and take
Oh,
pictures.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they wanted their logo on there, and I'm like, I don't have a step and repeat. The last time I bought a step and repeat, it cost me $1,000. So you want me to pay you this big chunk of money to get your theater, and then you want me to buy a step and repeat just to put your
Yeah.
logo on it for this year? That's another $500,000, something like that.
Yeah.
And then they also wanted there's this thing called a meter board sign, which is just a big sign. It's just a big foam core sign, and they wanted me to buy one of those, and I buy those for my day job all the time for all the meetings that we do, and that's like another $250 for one of these things. And I'm like, okay, you gave me a reduced rental fee, which is barely what I can eke out. It's barely what I can manage. And now you're tacking on, up to $1,000, $1,500 of extra
You-
expenses. I can't do this.
Yeah.
I can't do this. I literally can't do this.
You'd think a large theaters like that would have that kind of stuff.
Right.
Just,
They'd be
I
able
don't
to
know,
just
because if they rent it out, if they do that, often, but
right. You would think so, but
squeeze
I
you.
think it's because of the Orlando thing. Because I go to Tampa. I looked at Tampa. Some friends of mine, I have some friends here in Orlando, Kat and Josh. They run a film series called Uncomfortable Brunch. And what they do is they pick like artsy upsetting movies like Sallow, right, or
Yeah.
Happiness or something like that, and they show them on a Sunday morning while you eat waffles.
great.
It's so great. But they found this dude Tim Massett at Sunray Cinema in Tampa, and they suggested I talk to him, so I went and talked to him, and this dude's great. Like, he's got this gorgeous theater. It's got, I don't know, like maybe a dozen auditoriums in it. He's got, like, his lounge is covered in like Pee-wee's Playhouse props
Oh, I'm checking
and
that
things
out
like
next
that.
time I'm in Tampa.
It's so good. And the guy himself just loves weird stuff. He just loves weird stuff. So he made me an offer. He actually, again, I don't want to talk about the numbers because it's a little weird with whatever. But the first offer he made me, I'm like, that's too low.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not enough. We need to bump it up a little. So he offered me this other offer, and the other offer he gave me is a great offer, and it's still like a third of what the other chain theater wanted to offer me, not counting the step and repeat, not counting the big
Right.
sign and everything like that. So I'm like, I have to come. Luckily, when we talked about numbers, in my head I'm thinking, fuck, I have to do this just for money reasons. I have to do this. God, I hope the theater doesn't suck.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, I hope this isn't a trash theater run by jackoffs or whatever. So I get down there, and it turns out he's a super cool dude. He and his wife are wonderful people. And the theater itself, like I said, it's incredible. The stuff they have all over the place. And I look at their programming lineup, and they're always doing fun stuff. They're
I love
doing
that kind of stuff. Dude.
there's
Miss that. We don't really have anything up here. I mean, down in Columbus, I'm in Mid Ohio. Down in Columbus area, there's a few places like that, but
oh yeah.
but they do like fun events, like kind of like an Alamo Draft House type stuff,
Right,
but like
right,
smaller
right.
venues and that kind of thing.
Man, it kills me. We were gonna get an Alamo here in Orlando, and then again, 2020, the year that
Yeah.
ruined everything.
Didn't it actually? I thought it didn't. It open. I thought it actually opened. No, or didn't
No,
last,
they
or
never got it.
Never
It was
even made it.
no, it never. Like, I was looking at it because I was working at one of anyone who lives in Orlando knows what I'm talking about. I was working at a random community college here in Orlando.
Yeah.
And went during that time, and I was checking their website every day. And Alamo's website. I was checking Alamo's website because I wanted to get a job at the theater, and they had their website. Whenever you go search for jobs, they have a breakdown that shows you all their locations, right? And they had a big list of locations, and Orlando was on the list. And I clicked on it, and it was like coming soon, coming soon. I did this for weeks and weeks and weeks, clicked on it every single day because I just had to get out of that job. And then one day I look at the big list, and Orlando's just not on the list anymore.
I remember it was going to be, wasn't it supposed to be down by Disney anyways? And it was kind of I mean, down there, it kind of sucked because in that area, because of traffic, all other kind of
the
stuff.
traffic is a nightmare.
But
like,
I don't know. I know it wouldn't be anywhere near like, I don't know.
No, it wouldn't be like
down.
It wouldn't be downtown for sure.
Yeah,
like
or even Winter Park or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because Indian wouldn't let that happen, probably.
No.
I love them, but they probably would not be happy if one of those things came down there.
Yeah, it's not showing up out there. Yeah.
But yeah, like places like Sunray Cinema, stuff like that. I mean, that's like great venue, I think, for
it is
for like a Bizarroland Film Festival. I mean, and more so than maybe I know what you're talking about on I Drive there. I know exactly what you're talking about. So, I mean, that would be great too, but, I think they'll
But
atmosphere and mood.
there's something about working with a venue that actually is on the same wavelength as you
Mhm.
creatively. I feel like and this is a true thing about the whole film industry, right? Like we as film watchers, as film lovers, we're so happy when a good movie comes out of the Hollywood system, right? Like
Mm.
but the truth is, the grim truth is that if Hollywood makes a good movie that has artistic value, that's almost that almost happens in spite of the system they have set up, right? Which is a shame because it creates this bizarre, it creates this weird overlap between like commerce and art, right?
Yeah.
So most of the theater owners that I've talked to, not counting Sunray, Tim Massett at Sunray is a great dude,
Mhm.
but most of the theater owners I've talked to elsewhere, like they are commerce people, and the art is just like a secondary thing. Mm, uh
The
uh
business first
it's
type
the
thing.
right, it's the business first. Exactly.
Mhm.
I paid oh my God. I thought I would be a little better off. Last year I was at Epic, which is
Mhm.
down by shit, I named them. Oh well, doesn't matter. Burning Bridge is here. But I was in Epic down by the airport, which is a nice theater, fantastic theater. I won't tell you the number. It was insane the amount of money I paid for their theater. It was but I got screwed that year. Another dumb long story. It doesn't matter. But I had to make a decision at the last minute, and so I got raked over the coals by that theater. And they don't care. They're playing the Trolls movie. They're playing whatever is.
Yeah.
You know, this guy Tim. I can't talk him up enough at Sunray. If you are just somebody who likes variety in your life, man. Just like not being stuck with the same movies that you get every year, every summer, Go to Sunray because that dude really cares about like challenging cinema art.
That's awesome.
He's not just about like, well, what's going to get the most butts and seats this summer.
Mhm. How many screens you got? Is it one screen or two
It's
screens?
just one screen.
Yeah.
I do this on purpose. This is something I agonize about every year actually because I could get, I was complaining that I have more movies that I wish I could play. Uh, I could get more movies in the program if I doubled up on screens. And I think with a place like Sunray, we could work out a deal that would not murder me, right? To
Right.
have two screens. But honestly, my philosophy, and maybe this is naive, maybe this is why I can't roll this up into a bigger venture that maybe becomes my job or something like that. So I'm stuck in the parts of it. But maybe this is naive, but my philosophy is I would really love, no one's going to do it, not everyone's going to do it, but I would really love for every attendee to be able to watch all the movies,
Yeah.
you know? So if you double up screens, then now you're talking about like, sure, I'm getting more movies in the program, but everybody's not going to be able to
But
see
you're
them. Like you're
splitting
going
it
to be,
up.
you're going to splitting it up. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So that's been,
That's a good way to think.
it also kind of sticks me at 3 days. Like I can't really,
True.
it has to be, it can't be more than that because like I was thinking about this, trying to figure out how do I get more movies in the program. And I'm already Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We have an opening night party and a closing night party, and those are really fun. I love being able to hang out with filmmakers and stuff, so I don't want to kill that. That means what? I can't add weekdays. Nobody's going to travel
Right.
to see festival movies on a Wednesday night or something like that. So
Yeah.
I don't know. This is something I have to kind of smash. I've been smashing my brain against for a while, trying to figure out, well, how do I do this? How can I actually expand this thing without becoming? Because the big Oscar qualifiers are 10 days long. Like the Florida Film Festival, which I am honored to still be a part of. I'm on the narrative short selection committee for that. The Florida Film Festival is 10 days long. They can play a bunch of programs on a Tuesday because that's a destination festival. People are
Right.
traveling to come to this festival. People are taking like half days off work to come visit Bizarroland,
Yeah.
So, I can't expect them
No,
I
I
can't
get
say, oh,
that.
your movie's going to play at 11 on a Tuesday,
Well, you've been doing it, I mean, like, I said, 10 years now, so, I mean, I think you got the
10
formula
years, man. Yeah, I hope
down.
so. I still feel like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but
I think
I don't know that ever goes away. All
for
right,
the
I'm gonna.
Florida film, like, so tell me about that for
Mhm.
just a few minutes. Like,
Yeah.
you're a committee member for what's one of the narrative? What'd you
Yes.
say?
I'm gonna. This is a really loud chair, and I'm gonna readjust myself so I
Yeah,
don't
no
want to
worries.
talk over the.
No,
You
you're
could
fine.
cut this audio out there. Loud chair. Okay, so yeah, I am on the narrative shorts selection committee at the Florida Film Festival, which is I'm honestly it was such an honor. You know, I'm not trying to blow smoke here, but I'm the weird movie guy, right? I'm the guy who's been running. So they asked me about 6 years ago. The programming manager at Florida Film Festival in Indy, and Tim Anderson, asked me to join the committee, and he asked me to join the narrative shorts committee, and I felt kind of flattered because there's another committee, the Midnight Shorts Committee,
Mm-hmm.
where they program, you know, the weird, gross, the kind of stuff that I do, like
Mm-hmm.
the late night stuff. And they didn't put me on that. They put me on the narrative committee, and I felt so bizarre. Like, this is gonna sound, you know, it was flattering because it meant to me that they understood that I'm not just
Okay.
the gross movie guy, right? Like
I did when I saw that on your Instagram page. I was like, "Oh, he must be doing the midnight stuff." I mean,
I know that's what
which are
everybody.
great.
Yeah,
Those are
which
great
I
movies.
love them.
I love them
them.
too.
Yeah,
But,
absolutely.
yeah.
Like all respect to Florida's Midnights program because it honestly changed my life. It's what kind of inspired me to build the festival that I run now. It's like I saw these things. You know, at the first year I volunteered at the Florida Film Festival just as a you know, furniture mover or whatever I was. I used my standby pass and got into the Midnight Shorts, and just like my head exploded. It was the most amazing thing I'd ever seen. And I was like, oh, I need more of this. I need more of this. There has to be more of this. And there wasn't a weirdo festival in Central Florida at the time. So I was like, you know what?
I'm gonna grab that niche and
Why I just go for it? Like, what do I have to know what I'm doing? Nah, I'll figure it out. It's fine.
figure it out along the way.
Figure it
and
out.
You did?
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah, man, that's great. That is really cool. Sorry, let's see where we at on time. I don't want to keep it too long. I think we're pretty good. I don't. This is going to be one of those like hour and a half, 2 hour podcasts or anything like that. So, because I don't have the attention span for listening to some of them, so I don't know.
No, I know.
But yeah, man, I appreciate you coming talking to me today, taking a little time out of your day,
I appreciate
being on the
yeah,
very
no,
first one.
I'm happy to do this. Yeah,
Very first,
wow.
because I mean, I think the last, well, no, I've talked on one other podcast since I talked on yours, but that was like right before COVID, I think.
Yeah,
February of 2020 or something like that.
Yep,
That was a good time.
Back at
Talked
that
about Valentine's
unnamed,
Day.
Yeah, we talked about Valentine's Day. Yeah.
I still love that movie. I think it's fun.
Unnamed community college where I worked, sitting in the little office.
Hey, that's right. That's where that was. Yeah,
recording on the clock. Shh.
I'll tell anybody now. Yeah, that was. I think that might have been even like the week before all that stuff.
Yeah,
happened. But anyways,
it was getting weird, man. Yeah, that was a weird moment.
PTSD. I don't need to go into all that, but yeah, man. Again, thanks. I appreciate you coming by and chatting. Again, Bizarroland Film Festival is December 12th through the 14th. I'll post about all that stuff and and all that good stuff. If you don't mind the links and all that, awesome. That is
I
really
appreciate
cool.
that. And if anyone's listening and they want to try to Google it, the only thing, and this is why I have no hair anymore. I've pulled out all my hair because I can't get anyone to. Yeah, it's not.
You can't do what?
I can't get anyone to understand. It's one Z. There's only one Z.
Oh,
they always search
they
for
always
it. Like,
put two?
They always put two. Even my filmmakers, even my selected filmmakers, they're posting about, hey, we just got selected to Bizarroland. And I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. Oh, you misspelled it. Oh, you're killing me.
Do they put one R or two R's?
They put one R. It's
Two
one
Zs,
Z,
one
two R's. One Z, two R's. Come on, people.
Maybe you need to go buy that domain.
I know.
So it links it to your other one.
So it links to the one Z or the two Z's in there. Yeah, I got to find that.
Man, I didn't think about that.
Start buying all the misspellings. Yeah.
Jeez.
I should. Yeah. No, I agonize. I should. I'm really bad at naming things, so I thought Bizarroland was going to be nice and easy for people, easier than the last name that I had for it, and then like everyone just keeps misspelling it. And it's like,
what was the last name? Do you want to say?
Yeah, I'll say it. It's a weird conversation. We don't have to get into it, but I just want to preface by saying the mission of the festival has always been what it is now, and I'm not ashamed of when I started it, but when I started it, I made kind of a dumb decision on the name because I used this phrase from my youth. I called it sick and wrong.
That's right. Yes,
right? Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Like the problem with that is that it meant something to me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
That it doesn't mean to people in general, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the festival has always had the same mission that it has right now. It's always been about weird movies primarily. But when it was called Sick and Wrong, I just kept getting all these like torture porn submissions and these like like shot on video women having their parts flayed with chainsaws and stuff, and I was like, this isn't, if you're into this, that's cool, that's fine. That's not the mission of this festival. This festival is just about weird stuff.
Yeah, I could
Just
see how that could be. Yeah, I
yeah,
told
yeah.
dude, how did I even forget about that? It's been a
It's
minute,
fine.
dude.
It's been, yeah, it's
I think
good.
I
I'm
still
glad you
have.
forgot about it. I should stop bringing it up.
No, I think I don't know what is it, when I went that one time, I got like goodie bag or whatever. I can't remember if it said that on it or not, or you changed it. When did
Oh,
you
the
change
tote
the
bag.
Bizarro?
It was after 21 actually, so
Okay,
not
so it
too
was
long ago. Yeah, but not
okay.
after 21 I changed it. I
I
just
see.
felt, somebody told me what it was, what the eye opener for me was there was a filmmaker who I met, in like 21 or something like that, because they submitted and I really loved their movie, and I was talking to them and they said, I've had other movies I would have submitted before. I love this festival, but it was called Sick and Wrong, and I thought it was like a gore porn thing.
Mm.
And I was like, oh shit, I'm scaring away actual, like, just normal weirdo
Yeah,
filmmakers. I'm scaring
yeah,
away the people who don't make the shot on video, August Underground kind of stuff.
yeah. When does submissions open for next year? When does that all begin?
Probably April 1st. Probably
April
April
1st.
1st. Yeah, there are some festivals on my scale who keep their submissions open year round. I think I would just die. I can't do it.
That's a lot,
I have
dude.
to like
Yeah,
take a
especially
break. I have
traveling to
to.
Korea, South
Oh my
Korea all
God,
the
yeah,
time.
yeah. And I got
Not
all
Korea,
these
South
work
Korea.
trips coming up.
Yeah, that would be a lot on your plate.
It's a lot.
Cool,
Yeah, it's a
man.
lot to do. I probably make
I'll,
more money with it, but
yeah,
anyway.
it's only a couple months. You need a break. You
I
can't
need
do
a
it all
break.
year.
I need a break. I need some me time, right? I need to just
Yes, everybody
yeah.
needs some downtime every now and then at Disney World,
At Disney,
at
at the
Swiss
Swiss
Family
Family
Robinson.
Robinson,
Go to
right?
sleep.
You're having trouble sleeping. You're having trouble getting to sleep, and I just hike up Swiss Family Robinson a couple
That's the
times.
big tip. If anybody, that's what they'll get out of this show. If you want to take
It's
a
where I
nap,
fall
go to Swiss
asleep at
Family
Magic
Robinson.
Kingdom.
There it is, guys. The very first episode with a guest. That was pretty good talk, right? Steven's a good guy. He's a cool guy. He knows what he's talking about when he talks about weird movies and film festivals and Swiss Family Robinson naps, I guess. Yeah. So anyways, that was a great talk. Steven's a great guy. Like I said, again, I can't reiterate that enough because I've said it like 5 times. And I want to, like I said, well, actually, let me go back real quick. Let me sidetrack that. Check out Steven's stuff. It's Bizarroland Film Festival. It is December 12th to the 14th at the Sunray Cinema in Tampa, Florida. 12th through the 14th at Sunray Cinema in Tampa, Florida. It's bizarrolandfilm.com. Go check him out. He's not accepting any films right now for next year. He said, I think if you heard him, he said it's like April 1st. So around there, maybe. But yeah, check out Bizarroland Film Fest coming to Tampa, Florida in less than a month. Something like that. It's great. Great talk. Anyways, all right, guys, I'll see you next time. Stay cheesy and watch out for all the evil and the monsters because they're out there. So just be careful. Take care of yourself. That's all you can do. Sometimes it's harder than other days, especially nowadays, but just take care of yourself. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us and me and us, something like that.